Hello everyone, we'll wait for other 2 more minutes and we'll start the session. Yeah, hello everyone. Can someone confirm whether I'm audible clearly or not?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you all know, right? This is open session, so you can ask any queries apart from week 7 graded assignment.
Yeah, madam, I have a query. See, it is asking the graded assignment only, but not in the practice question. Uh, See, we are passing two variables.
You are asking regarding which question, like graded assignment or
Question
practice
one. No,
assignment?
it is a graded assignment question.
Oh,
But
the deadline is not finished. No.
no. The deadline is not finished. I am just asking about few doubts on that question. Uh, because similar question was not asked in the practice question. So I'm just asking that two variables were passed, that is city, town, and gender. So
We'll discuss this after this, no, after graded assignment thing. You can tell your just like
my normal doubts. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So two variables were passed.
No, I'm not asking regarding the graded assignment. Okay, we can discuss graded assignment later, after this submission deadline. Okay,
No,
like
I'm not
not
asking. I'm not asking about anything about graded question. It is a normal doubt.
okay.
So suppose two variables were passed. Okay, two variables of different student. Now there is I and J. Suppose I has two things, like it be city and marks, and J has two variables, city and marks. So when we'll have a matrix, when we design a matrix of I and J.
See, how can a variable I has two variables? You are telling something, right? I has two variables, city and something.
No, is I is a student, say it has two variables. This one, I mean, let's say city and his marks, and another student has same year city and marks. So when we design a matrix of I and J of two different students, then what the value will pass in the parameter, I mean in the procedure of the parameter.
Okay, Kaustav will discuss this question later. before 10 minutes of this meeting. Okay, we'll take other questions because you are asking regarding graded assignment. No, some people have doubts regarding this activity questions. Okay, we'll definitely will answer your question, but we'll take later. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hello,
Vishal
ma'am.
Kumar. Yes.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have a difficulty in lecture 2, the procedure create matrix.
Procedure
Lecture 2,
create.
ma'am.
Okay, your doubt is regarding how to create a matrix of marks.
I have some. Yes,
Vishal, can you
yes,
speak?
ma'am.
Like your voice is not clear. Like, can you speak?
Okay, ma'am.
Can,
Ma'am, actually, I have a dot in lecture 2. The pseudocode is procedure create matrix.
okay, procedure create matrix. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you know, right? Matrix has rows and columns.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, I will show you using Notepad. Okay.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, the same doubt of matrix pseudocode. If you can take it in some other way, it would be better.
Yeah, I will definitely explain to you guys regarding this. So the doubt is regarding procedure create matrix, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So create matrix, will take any argument or parameters? Create
What?
matrix Vishal, will it take any parameters here, this procedure?
Ma'am, here rows and column is written.
Oh, okay. You are telling like you ask doubt specifically, right? In this procedure, will that procedure will take any argument? I'm asking any parameters. I'm asking.
Actually, I the whole pseudocode.
Okay. Now the
Yes,
procedure create matrix should take something like let's say scores data set. It can take it should take something as argument so that we will know like how many rows and how many columns that that matrix we should create. Like create matrix should create one matrix, right? To know the like how many rows and how many columns that create matrix we should have, we should some arguments we should pass. Let's say we want a matrix of length n, like n rows and n columns. Now I am passing and this n as argument. Okay, n as this parameter. So now I will say for
ma'am. Please you explain the lecture pseudocode, then you explain others. Please,
okay,
ma'am.
let's just pseudocode. I will take like I will take out that from presentation and I will show and I will
Yes,
explain
ma'am.
what
Lecture 2, ma'am.
lecture.
Approx 3 minutes, 3.11 minute. Lecture 2.
Yeah, I'm opening.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I got that. I'm opening. I'm sharing the screen. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So procedure create matrix. See here, procedure create matrix is taking rows and columns. Here we are giving some this parameters to procedure create matrix rows and columns. So and we are like, you all know, right? Matrix is a listed dictionary. Do you agree with that, Vishal, or you have some doubt regarding that? See, we can create a matrix by using nested dictionary. That's what the procedure. That's what the what professors has explained in the lectures. Do you all remember like
Actually,
how
hotspot down there.
what?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So now we want to make nested dictionary, and in that nested dictionary, we are assigning values to that elements of the nested dictionary. So the initially the matrix is okay. I will matrix we are making as empty dictionary, and we are initializing the variable I to 0. Okay, what is your doubt here specifically? Do you have any doubt here specifically why they took this something like that? Anything during in the iteration or
Yes,
something?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can mention your
Yes,
doubt
ma'am.
specifically.
Uh, Ma'am, here, right, here is written while loop I less than rows. What this meaning, ma'am?
See, rows is a number and columns is also a number. Like they here the create matrix is taking rows and columns as parameters. The rows and columns are some numbers. So like it here in this it defines like number of rows we want and number of columns we want in that particular matrix. So like we all like we all know that matrix we are as the variable I is initialized to 0, our rows must be less than the like you are asking regarding this condition while I less than rows, or
Yes,
did
ma'am.
you
First this, yes, ma'am.
yeah, because what is your doubt, like why we are not taking less than or equal to or something like that, or you have any doubt other, like you have any like other doubt?
What is the, ma'am, actually, I have what is the meaning of I less than rows?
so
And
so
then
while
we
is the
write yeah, mat I
so okay, I
is
will tell you.
equal to
We okay,
what
okay,
is
I
the
will
meaning
tell.
actually these two yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So now let's say you don't consider rows or something
Hello.
other than that. Yes, Vishal. Am I audible? Hello. Can someone tell whether
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
audible or
Yes.
not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
are audible.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
See.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Now, like, let's take one example. You have initialized the variable I equal to 0, and you are iterating, like, you are taking a while loop. Within the while loop you are writing one condition while I less than 5, you are telling print I. In the inside the loop you are giving the statement print I. Then what does that code, pseudo code, whatever we have written will do? Like Vishal, you have asked the doubt, right? I
Yes,
don't know.
ma'am.
Yeah, what do you think? Like I have initialized variable I to 0, and then I have written while I less than 5,
Yes, ma'am.
and within the loop I have written print I. What does that will do? That pseudocode.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm asking you what it will print every time. So initially our I value is 0, so 0 is less than 5, 0 is less than 5, so our so the loop, the statements inside the loop will be executed. So print I will be like for the first time it will print 0, and in the within the loop you are telling like I equal to I plus 1. Now the I value will be 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ma'am, can you
I have a
give
so
doubt
any
in this.
concrete example, ma'am? Ma'am,
concrete example, you what do you mean
hello.
by concrete example? Yes, Vishal, what do you
Ma'am,
mean by?
if can you give any concrete examples? Yeah, you give some examples like rows has some value and column has some
Yeah,
value.
okay,
Then you
let's
proceed
take,
this pseudocode.
yeah, let's take rows as 5 and columns as 5. Okay,
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, you put some value in place of rows and column and then proceed the pseudocode.
okay, okay, then I will use Notepad to do that. Then
Okay, ma'am.
now we have procedure create matrix.
क्या समझ में नहीं
Now it is taking rows and columns as argument. No, now I will put instead of rows as 5 and instead of columns as 5. Okay. And then now like I'm storing, we all know, right? Matrix is addition, like next dictionary. So for initially I have initialized it to
Hello, ma'am.
that.
You are not audible.
Now am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. You are not audible.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, like now am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. This is Astos here. So what he might be confused that in mathematics we represent matrix as A I comma Z, and I is row and Z is the column. So what he is
Yes.
trying to say that why we are taking I is less than row. That is what his doubt is.
See, now the thing is like we need to create the matrix of 5 by 5. So first time you need to create that first row in the while I less than rows, it means like you are creating row by row.
Okay, so
First you should create rows of rows and then you should create and then you should see.
Ma'am,
Now
can you keep both the slides side by side so that we can understand?
and it might be okay because
yeah, we'll
Because
stop and
he's trying to connect I and J.
Yeah.
If you
Excuse
put
me, ma'am. Please we continue
rows and column
the example.
could be equal also. A could be different also. So why we are putting only less than? We can put less than equal to.
see rows are like we are starting from, we need 5 rows. So the first row is 0. We are taking I as 0 initially, and then I will be 1, so that will be second row, and I will be 3, that is fourth row. So it rows are starting from 0. Here I has initialized to 0, so I equal to 0 is 1 row. First row is already done, but we want only 5 rows. That will happen only when I less than 5 or I less than or equal to 4.
you are not shared the screen.
Yes, I'm trying to do that 2 windows in one.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Your sound is not clear, ma'am.
Is problem only to you or for everyone? Is my
No, ma'am. You are
Yes.
audible
No,
properly.
you are audible.
Audible.
He is having some.
We are all okay.
Loud and clear.
so like okay, now I will share you. I think you will be able to see the both screens at a time.
What you started at 5 p.m. means initially.
Now what is this which thing is audible to you guys now?
Hello.
Which thing is visible to you guys now?
On the web page.
Only web page, no, not
Yeah.
this notepad.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try with the now also it's only notepad now, or
Yeah, only notepad.
yeah, but it's Okay, like I think it will be difficult to share both at the one screen, but on my screen, on my desktop, it's both are visible. So
Yeah.
like I will quickly write the pseudocode and I will explain. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Matrix I is equal to J plus 1.
Hmm?
So then
So what is your doubt here specifically? Like whatever you have understood, Vishal or anyone, like whatever you have understood from the lecture, you can tell first. Like, yeah.
Ma'am, what you started initially before this? I mean, what you at 5 o'clock, what you started initially?
No, nothing. I have like this is the first question I took. Why?
Okay. No, just asking. Actually, I started 10 minutes late.
Yeah, no,
I
nothing.
joined
This
10
is the
minutes.
first question. Like the
Okay.
people, yeah, Vishal has
uh,
asked out regarding this create matrix. Like I'm asking him to explain whatever he has understood from this create
yes,
matrix
ma'am.
procedure.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ji.
ma'am. I explain. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you
Here
explain.
you write here. Here we want to create a matrix of five into five row and five column. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes,
Then we start with empty matrix. Matrix is equal to empty.
yeah,
Am I correct, ma'am?
yes, yes. You are correct.
Empty
Hello.
dictionary, sir.
Yes, you are
Matrix is
correct. You
Hello.
are
an
initializing.
empty.
Yes, Vishal.
Hello.
I think he has
He is having
some
some
problem.
problem.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
anyone, like if anyone,
Ma'am,
May
can
I?
I take
yeah,
this?
yes, yes, you
Yeah,
can.
uh, this is Astos here. So
Okay.
first we have to create 5 into 5 matrix, right? So
Yes.
first we will take null matrix, that is I equals to 0. Then we
Null
will
matrix
put
I equal to 0?
No, no,
No.
no.
No,
Empty matrix.
Empty
yeah,
matrix it is.
empty
null
dictionary. Yeah.
Empty
empty
dictionary.
dictionary.
Empty
Yeah, empty
dictionary. Yeah.
dictionary.
Dictionary is empty.
So it is I equals to 0. Then we will put one by one elements out of there. So here you are taking I is less than rows, but matrix could be equal also. Matrix could be different also. So why you are taking only less than equal to 0? We can take less than equals to 0 also.
Uh,
That
see,
is where I
okay.
Um,
I will tell how the elements are filled. Now,
yeah, ma'am.
initially, my matrix is empty dictionary. Okay. At present.
Yes.
Now, I have made, I am iterating through the rows. Like I'm saying,
Mm,
I'm initializing value of I equal to 0 and I'm saying I less than rows. Now, rows is 5 and columns are also 5.
mm,
I'm taking matrix of I is an empty dictionary again. So first I equal to 0 and we are checking while
mm,
0 less than 5. Yes, it's true. So
mm,
matrix of 0 will be an empty dictionary. So this is like matrix of I, then this must be a key, 0 must be a key, and it has empty dictionary in that. And we are telling j equal to 0. So we are initializing the j to 0, and while j less than columns, yeah, our j is like 0 here, 0 less than 5, true. Now we are saying matrix of ij, that is like we have dictionary inside it, we have dictionary, like 0 is taking other dictionary as this value, right? So
Yeah.
I'm again, it's we have this j also as key here, so ij is referring to here, j is referring to the key of next dictionary, and we are making that value as 0 here. And now see, this while loop hasn't terminated, this inner while loop. Now our j value will be 1 here, we are telling j equal to j plus 1. Now j value will be 1, and here j is less than columns, less than 5. Our j value, now the matrix of ij, like now our j value will be this 1 here. Our j value will be 1, right? But we are still, I value is 0. So 0, 0th, you all right, you all know, right, how to access the next dictionary keys and values, and how to create, how to make, give the value to the next dictionary. So do you
Yes,
want
ma'am.
me to explain once again, like how to access and how to give the
Yeah,
value?
ma'am. Can you
Yeah,
please?
Yes,
I think,
ma'am, please.
yeah, now we have next dictionary like this, and we want to fill the elements of to this next dictionary. So I will say this is d equal to next dictionary. Now I'm saying d of something like, okay, I will take 0 equal to, so I won't give this directly, I will give here this as like this here, d of 0 equal to empty dictionary, and I'm telling d of 1 is also an empty dictionary. So we have dictionary d in that 0 and 1 are keys. After this, I will write the output after executing this statement. This will do, after executing those both the statement, it will give this output. It should be inverted. Previously also I forgot to keep that in inverted braces.
Ma'am, 0 is a string, sir? String, ma'am?
Yeah, dictionary always takes keys as strings, right? You should add. So after executing that first two statements, like initially our d is empty dictionary, I'm telling d of 0 is an empty dictionary and d of 1 is an empty dictionary. That means 0 and 1 are keys of dictionary d, and the values of both the dictionaries are empty dictionary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm telling d of 0, and I'm writing only 1. What does this refer to? Like, now I'm telling its value as, okay, its value as January or something. So what will be the output after executing this statement? This will be, so now the statements indicate that D is a next dictionary. Here 0 is the
Key.
keys, key 0 and 1, you know, right? 0 and 1 are
Both are
keys.
keys.
0 is the key and 1 is the key of that next dictionary. That's second. And the value to that next dictionary is January.
Jan.
Jan.
J.
So that output will be like this. Is, now I have one here, and this here it is taking value as Jan.
J.
So till now it's clear to everyone, right? What I have written here.
I think we have to close this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And
So
why?
yeah,
I mean, this we have written after Jan, you close the curly bracket. Then why it's one written as string?
because previously
One
you
is the
write,
next row, right?
Okay, okay. For next row.
yeah, previously
Hmm.
you the this is the original dictionary. Now I have added element to next dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now here, see, J will iterate. This J is in a dictionary here, and I
Hmm.
is outer dictionary. See,
Yes.
because this while loop, this outer while loop, this inside in a J while loop is inside the outer while loop. So for every I, J will iterate 5 times because we are starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 it won't iterate because 5 is not less than 5, right? So for every I, we are the inner loop iterates 5 times. We will get the elements like, for every row we will get 5 columns. This means that here, similarly, the rows will iterate from 0 to 4, not 5, because we are starting from
Hmm.
0 here. If we started from 1, then we will go
Then 1
till
to 5.
5. Yeah, here 5 and here rows and columns are just numbers. They are indicating like we want 5 rows and we want 5 columns. It doesn't mean that we should iterate through the 5 what we should take iteration till I less than 5. We should like, it's not like we should create I less than or equal to 5. 5 also
Hmm.
should be included. It's not like that. We should create 5 rows and 5 columns. It does mean that, it's mean like that. So now we are telling 3. Similarly here 3 also.
This is a column, right? For each
Yeah.
row
So
0, we have the
0th row
columns.
we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4,
3, 4 as a
4
column.
as column. Similarly for
Hmm.
now our next dictionary is finished because you all know, right? J is
Hmm.
iterating only 5 times. Now we have
J.
iterated 5 times, like 1, 2,
Hmm.
3, 4, 5. Now
5.
now I value will be increased to 1. So this
1.
also I
Next
is
row.
next row. This also we are iterating 5 times.
Nested dictionary.
5
Hmm.
columns. Yeah,
5
for
columns.
every row we are creating
5
5
columns.
columns.
And row will be also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 0, 4, and columns are also like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We can just
Hmm.
copy and paste that one. No?
Yeah, we can
Hmm.
like, I won't read complete matters. You all understood, right? What this we are
Yeah,
doing
ma'am.
here.
J.
And also, can we take the zero value can we take it as null instead of a zero
No,
in the
no,
value?
like, no.
Hmm.
0 is 0, not null. Like we are
Okay,
initializing, we are making the default values of create matrix as 0. Every time if you
okay,
say create matrix procedure, we will get, see, now you are passing rows and columns as parameters, right? If you pass other numbers like 10 by 10, you will get 10 by 10 matrix. All elements of that matrix are initialized to 0, all rows,
zero. Yeah.
like,
So
yeah.
it's also initializing from 0, starting. At a starting, it will always initialize from 0, like indexing we do.
Yeah, indexing, like for
Yeah.
matrix indexing is like always from 0, but you can
Hmm.
take anything as your, you can see, if you start
Yeah.
from 5, you know, like you want 5 rows, you can iterate like I equal to 5 while I less
Hmm.
than 5 plus 5, 5 plus 5, while I less than or equal to 5 plus 5, like 10. So now
Hmm.
you will iterate 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 only. So I less than 9. That you
I.
can iterate anything, but you want 5 rows and 5 columns. You can start from anywhere, like, and you can start from 1, and you can take while I less, see, you can take like while I less than or
Hmm.
equal to 5. Like iteration doesn't
Hmm.
matter, like, but you need to get 5 rows and 5 columns in
Hmm.
general. The iteration, like, see, list iteration also starts from 0, and
Hmm.
in generally we are telling like matrix also, general indexing will be like 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2 in that programming languages. So we have
0,
initialized I value to 0
0.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I have learned from this now, so suppose we have n rows. So we will start from 0 and we will go up to n minus 1.
N minus
1.
1.
That
Yes,
will
you
be
are.
the whole n elements, right?
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
Because you are including 0. If you start from 1, then you should go till n. But you are
N.
going from 0, so you should take to n minus 1 only. So you will get all the things. If you,
Ma'am,
yes,
can we not take from I equals to 1 to n? Is it
you
possible?
can take, but the thing is in the general representations in the programming language is like indexing starts from in Python generally, like it indexing will start from 0. List also, you know, right? If there are 5 elements, our indexing will start from 0 and we will iterate only to 4. But if we tell the length of L, then you will get full 5 as your in 5 as your output. But generally for indexing, if you need to take the last element, if you need to get the last element, then you will say L of 4, then you will get the last element of the list. So general indexing in a programming like Python will start from 0. So they took
0.
here 0 to n minus 1.
Always, we will always start from 0 only. That's the key
Mm.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
This
got it.
clear, right? Why this we took
Mm.
less than 5?
Zero, n
Excuse me,
minus
it
1.
means every time whenever we are using create matrix, the terminology procedure create matrix, it will create the matrix with all the elements as 0, right?
Yes, default value is 0.
Mm. Mm.
In
Okay,
the lectures
then
also, in our activity
uh,
questions also, in the lectures also, these questions were there, like in activity questions also. Our default value for create matrix is 0 because we are initializing this matrix of I of j is 0. Every time we are creating row and column and we are making that value as 0. Yeah.
means every time when in the pseudocode, if I write like collab matrix or any matrix is equals to create matrix n by n, means initially it will create the matrix of n by n size, all the
Mm.
elements having 0, and then I can change the matrix, original matrix which I want to change, right?
Yes. Yes, you
And
are
that will
correct.
change.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the sixth line or so, when we iterate the third, okay, j
This
equals 3,
j
okay,
equal to 0.
0, then after iterating, we come to j equals 3, when we say j plus 1. First it will become 1, then
Mm.
2,
2 and then 3
then
and
it
then
3.
becomes
4.
3, When it becomes 3, 3 is less than 5. This
Mm.
mat
Mm.
ij, what value it will take?
0 only.
0 only. That's what. Okay.
See,
Mm.
for every row, for, see, even if we are at first row, second row, or third row, or fourth row, or for any column, first row, second or third or zeroth column, the value is 0. Like we are making that value as 0 here.
Ma'am,
That
what is
line I'm
this
not able to
mat?
understand, ma'am. Mat ij equals 0.
Mm. What
What
is
is
it
it? What does it
indicating?
suggest?
See, you all now, mat, you know, right? Matrix is an empty dictionary. We are referring to
Okay.
that
Mm.
empty dictionary, and you are
J.
telling, we are telling like, so this is not matrix here, mat should be written here. So mat is an empty dictionary and
Mm.
it takes I as key. So we are taking here m of I. It
Okay.
means like I is
Mm.
a key and we are assigning value as empty dictionary here. And
Mm.
for that empty dictionary, m of I and of j, that means M of I is an empty dictionary. Take key mat is an empty dictionary. Here initially empty dictionary and it key is I, and it takes value as empty dictionary, and inside that we have j as key, and the value to that j is 0. So this is what this means. This is I here outer. in this also the format is proper, right? This outer loop is outer dictionary, 0 1 here, this one is
mm,
outer dictionary, and this
mm.
is inner dictionary, it refers to J.
So
So
when does this mat I j take any values at all? After we also include I, or it will always remain.
see, in the first iteration our I is 0,
Mm,
so it will execute in it will in the loop, this the first outer while loop will be executed. The statement said that 0 is less than 5, these statements will be executed. So we are
Okay.
making matrix of I as empty dictionary.
Empty.
So 0 is key, and we are taking other empty dictionary as value to that key, 0th key, and we are
mm,
telling j equal to 0 while j less than columns, j is 0, so j is 0 is less than 5, this line will be executed, these lines will be executed. Matrix of ij, that means it is referring to this I is 0 here. Initially our I is 0, right? We started with 0, and we
Okay.
are telling j is also 0 here, we started with j 0, and we are
mm,
making that as 0. So this element, we are talking about this element here now.
mm.
And as
0,
this,
0.
yeah, see, now j equal to j plus 1, j will be 1 here. So this while loop, this is
Ah,
inner while loop, right?
Mm,
This while loop
yeah.
will be executed, not this outer while loop. Now j
okay.
will be 1 here. Now
Okay.
1
Mhm,
is less than columns. Now
mm,
matrix of I j, I we are still referring to 0th column only.
0. Yes.
So
But j
mm,
will be 1, no?
1, so
mm,
1, 0th key, we are talking about 0th. It is take,
mm,
it is an you all know, right? 0 takes dictionary as value. For that dictionary, first key is 0, and the second key is this 1.
1. Okay.
Yeah, and this the
mm,
other key is 2, like this continues till 4. 0 is key of outer dictionary, and it
mm.
takes this whole as the value. This is what we are doing in this inner dictionary.
Okay.
Inside the inner dictionary, this columns we are creating this,
Mm,
and within the outer dictionary we are making 0 here, and similarly this happens to 1, and this happens similarly this proceeds for 0 1 2 3 and 4.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Ma'am, what will happen after J column J equal to 4? In
Okay,
first K 0 and J become 4, then why reset J is 0?
see, now j, you are
Again,
telling now j equal to j plus 1. Already if you took j value is 4, 4 is less than 5, so it executes. If after executing j will become 5, it will go and
ma'am,
will check. Yeah.
ma'am, I am talking about row 2.
Row 2, this,
Yeah.
which thing you are telling, this thing?
I equal to when I equal to 1.
So I equal to when 1 you are telling.
Yeah. Then why J equal to 0? It's a J equal to 4 now.
See, you are, see, this loop has terminated here, you are starting fresh loop here, so all these statements will be executed freshly here. So now
Okay.
the thing is like, you want to create 0 1 2 3 4 rows, and each row should have 4 columns, that is the idea. So we took this inner loop, each each row should has that 5 columns. In order to perform that, we are using this inner loop. So every time as we are iterating, every time the iteration is starting from 0. For every row, iterations should start from 0. Every row has this 0th column, first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. That's,
So when the condition will not satisfy, that means J is not equal to columns, then it will exit the loop and freshly start.
it will exit the loop and it will execute this I equal to I plus 1. Now this condition I equal to I plus 1 has, let's say, before executing this statement I is 1, after executing this statement I will be 2. Now 2 is less than 5, this while loop
Yeah.
condition will be checked. 2 is less than 5, so all these statements will be executed again.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I
Yeah.
got it.
So this J, when it becomes 4, then 4 plus 1, 5. So it will
Yeah.
go, while J is less than column, so 5 is not less than 5.
So
So
this
it will exit
it will exit this while loop,
that while loop, and I
and
is equal to
going
I
to I
plus
plus
1.
1 statement
Then
will
it
be
will
checked.
go, yeah, then I becomes 1, while I less than rows, that is now it is 1 less than 5. Mat I is equal to, that dictionary will become 1, that empty dictionary.
See, now the empty, previously our this empty dictionary is filled
Yes.
with this.
With all the J values.
Now we are creating new matrix of I, that means mat of 1
Okay.
equal to empty dictionary. So that means we are making 1 as key to that dictionary,
Okay.
and we are giving empty dictionary as its value.
Okay. Then this now the J part is over, or again it will go to J equals
Yeah,
0
it
where
will
J.
go to J. This will continue. See, for this I
This will
equal
continue.
to 0 thing, this while loop has terminated. But for I equal to 1 thing, this is fresh thing again. This all statements are fresh things again. For this I equal to 1, every time there will be fresh things in inner loop.
So for
Inner
each
this.
row, we will have this columns 5 times, sorry. It will iterate through 5 times. For each column, for each row column will iterate 5 times. Means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this is like there is nothing in this. Just
Hmm.
we are adding elements to a next dictionary. You should think like that only. We are creating that matrix is a next dictionary. We should add values to that next dictionary, so that we should have 4 rows, and each row should have 5 elements in that, like 5 columns. So
5
that
columns.
So
for that,
in case we take 3 element matrix like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, ma'am. So this I will be this 1, 2, 3. That is the row thing. So initially we will not be writing the dictionary for those elements. I mean, the values will be first for the columns. They'll be taking the first column. Say for
actually,
example, we have the matrix as 3 by 3 matrix as 1,
okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the rows are 1, 2, 3. And
See, you are telling my matrix, you want 3 by 3 matrix, right?
Yeah.
How you all know, right, how the matrix will look like? 1, 2, 3. Let's, okay, I should separate by spaces. Let's say we have some bigger braces there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here this matrix 3 by 3 matrix has 3 rows and 3 columns in it, right?
But J is starting with 0, is it?
Yeah, J and I
and J both are starting with 0.
from 0. So the elements of matrix are 0, 0, like 0, 0 refers to 1. Let's say matrix, and 0, comma 1 refers to 2. So that is like 0th row and first column.
Okay.
That is 2. 0th row and second column value is 3. First row, first row and 0th column, the value is 4.
They're not the element values, it is key, is it?
And now I'm talking about the general matrix, how the general matrix looks like.
What you have written here, these are the values inside rows and column.
Yeah, these are values. Yes. See, now you are telling, like I'm telling, like 0th row and 0th column has element as 1 here. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm
Has
talking about
element
here
1.
1. And
Yes.
now I'm telling 0th row,
Yeah, I
first
was asking the
column
same question here.
as 2.
This one is not 0, this should be 1, is it? If this is the way the matrix has to come, so this element should be 1, is it?
No, all elements inside our matrix are 0. Our matrix 5 by 5 matrix will look like this. So all elements will be 0 here.
0, 0. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, but we will have 5 rows and 5 columns. So this similarly rows also we will have 5 rows and 5 columns.
5 rows.
What will be the
column.
next row is 1, 1, 1, 1, no?
No, every
All zero.
element of the matrix is 0.
For
Okay.
each row and each column.
We
value
are
is
making
zero.
Initialization, we need to make everything zero.
Because because my mat ij is equal to 0.
Okay, okay.
That's why.
Yes.
That's why we okay. So when we say this
So
first,
what? Yeah, can go ahead.
yeah, the first iteration we do for the first row, ma'am.
Yes,
Then,
first inner iteration we will do for first row, and
yes.
second in yes.
So when
Second
we come out of the inner loop and when the I gets incremented, we
Incremented.
go to the second row, and then
yes.
again we go to the J for all the 4. Then
Yes.
I again gets okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So how do we really change this one to get value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that? Instead of
See,
mat ij is
generally-
equal to 0, we have to change the code there, is it?
See, that they have explained in the lectures also. For the statements they have executed here, this for I in rows, simply they told for I in rows and for J in columns, they told like matrix of
ij
equal to, like, now you can give your values here, whatever you can say,
Yes.
like
5a5,
I plus j or something like that, or whatever values you want to that matrix you can give here. Or if you want to give values to those elements, you can do by giving these statements also, like matrix of 0 0, that means
0 row and 0
row,
column.
0 and 0 column equal to 1. You can do this. That means we are calling next a dictionary key. The outer key must be 0 and the inner key of that also 0. That is this element. We are telling this element. We are talking about this element 1 here. So this is how you can use values, or you can use for loop. If you have some condition, you can use there, and you can see, let's say you want to initialize that matrix value to that every time you will see new card, right? If you are iterating through the scores data set, if you want to take the physics marks every time of the of every card, then you can tell x dot physics. You can iterate over the card, and every time you can use that x dot physics, like physics marks as these values to our matrix.
Can we do with a while loop?
Yes, we can do with the while loop. We should iterate over the cards. So you will say while pile 1 has more rows.
More rows. Cuts.
Okay, I'm telling while pile 1 has more rows, not table 1, no. I should say read top card, read x, I'm saying read x from pile 1. No. Imagine like we have this matrix. We have this matrix already. So I'm telling like for I in rows and for j in columns, matrix of ij equal to x dot physics.
how do you put that one in the matrix?
What's your doubt actually?
How do you put it in ij matrix? Physics marks, how do we really map that one?
See, now for I in rows. So let's say we have 5 rows and 5 columns. So initially we will say matrix of
1 1
0 0
0
initially
0.
as x dot physics, the physics marks you will
Okay.
get. So this iteration should be this here then. See now, let's say our first card has 20 mark. Yes, like someone were asking doubt previously.
No, no. I was asking about when we have a list of, say, for example, 30 numbers,
Okay.
physics marks, how do we really map that one in a matrix format? X dot physics. So let's assume that 30 rows are there in this course. So 30 marks are there, 30 numbers of marks. So how do we put that one? 25 numbers. For simplicity, let's take 25 numbers of marks. Are we going to have simply 5 by 5 matrix mapping it out onto the?
See, if you have 20, how the general representation of this, if we have students or if we have scores data set, then we will have like we have 30 cards right in the scores data
Yeah,
set.
yeah, yeah.
Then we will create 30 by 30 matrix. Like
30 by
you
30
are,
matrix. Okay.
yes, you are creating 30 by 30 matrix. And for, so you will say like, see actually in the matrices, like you are doing that adjacency things, right? Either we are taking the mm, values as 0 or 1, you will draw edge from, like you will say a student can mentor other student if the students, if one student's physics marks is greater than other students max marks or something, you will do, right?
Yeah.
So first you will have like 0 comma 0 row, 0 comma 1, so on till 0 comma 29 you will have. Similarly in the columns also, for the columns also, like let's say, okay, I will keep here this as an extra dictionary, then it will be easy for you to imagine this as one element. What's happening, what we are doing here is like every student we are comparing with every other student, but we are doing this comparison twice. See, even here also, like for in the columns also these things will be get repeated, right? This 0, this will be 1 comma 1 comma 0 here. Already we have compared 0th student, like 0th students, like our cards 0th student with first student, and in the second row we are also doing that first students is compared with 0th student. It's already done, we have compared these both students, but we are comparing here twice. But see, this thing I think you will better understand by looking those questions, like how the questions are framed. We'll see, like we'll explain you, like
Yeah.
okay. Okay, we'll take some activity 7.7 questions. No, it's all this, no pseudocode here. Here also no pseudocode. I'm looking for pseudocode here. Yeah.
Hmm.
See here also we are using create matrix procedure, right? N by n
Okay.
is, yeah, here we are creating a matrix A of length n by n. N is the in the lecture they have explained this read marks procedure. Here also it's there, right? Procedure read marks of subjects. Here we are creating a dictionary with the sequence numbers as keys and those subject marks x dot subject as the value. Subject, like we here we are passing mathematics as subject, so we are creating a dictionary with keys 0 1 2 3 so on to 29 as keys, and x dot every time the mathematics marks will be the values to that key. We are doing here that, and we are creating the matrix of length n by n refers to length of that previous dictionary which we have created here, length of keys of that dictionary. And we are telling for each x in the keys of max and for each y in the keys of math, we are telling if math of x minus math of y is greater than 5, we are making a, see, everyone please try to understand this question, like, and tell like what you have understood from this question and what you don't understand from this question. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I tell you?
Hmm.
Yeah, please give us, like, we'll give some 2 minutes or some time to others. They also should think, right? If we explain, then
Yeah.
they won't understand.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Till the time, can I ask something?
Yeah, after this you can ask, like, what is your doubt?
It's just a phrase that the meaning of that particular phrase I am not understanding. So that's
Okay,
what
tell
I was going to
tell tell tell
it's about the something non-empty sequence of ages. I am not getting the meaning of
non-empty
that particular
sequences of,
non-empty sequence of ages. Means J is reachable from I. Station J is reachable from I if the non-empty sequence of edges is there as something like is there
can
in the
you
graded
tell
assignment.
where is that particular question? Do you remember, like,
It's
where?
in graded assignment 7.
Hmm.
I know it's not allowed to
Assignment
ask, but
7. Okay, it's, you are asking regarding terminology, right? So I am
yeah,
looking
last
where.
20,
Hmm.
21 or 22 something. So question about train last 20. I think yeah, this one 21 I think.
Hmm.
Other than no, next 22. Oh, yeah, this one. Here it is. Station J is reachable from I if we can find a non-empty sequence of trains that take passengers from I to J.
Yeah, non-empty sequences of trains means, see, we have train dataset, right? There in the train dataset we have train numbers. Do you remember, like?
Yeah, train numbers. Yeah.
So station J is reachable from I. I is also a station. That if we
Mm-hmm.
can find the non-empty sequences of train that takes passenger from I to J. In other words also they have given, right? In other words, J is
Yeah.
reachable from J if there are non-empty sequences of edges. If there are non-empty sequences of edges that connect I to J in the graph. You haven't understood even these statements also?
Yeah. Both are in both the sentences they are using non-empty sequence.
Your speaker's not
It's
working.
confusing.
See, it means like I and J should have some edge. they
should
they
have some edge. Well, means there are stations in between that. Is it like
How
that?
many stations or
Is it, madam, directional lasers is there? I mean, I is reachable from
it
J
doesn't see.
and J.
I will explain only this thing. I and J, like you are telling, from J, you can reach from I to J if it has some edge between that. That's it. Okay. If it has some edge
Has
between I
edge.
and J,
Means edge means not a single edge. It may have two or three edges
it
like
can
that.
have any
Means
n number of
two or
edges, but
yeah. Okay. N number of edges. Okay, then got it.
yeah, previously I have opened some question, right? I forgot like
Yeah.
from which activity I have opened.
I think
Practice
7.7,
assignment
huh?
question
I
one.
have a doubt. Activity question.
Okay,
Practice
which
assignment.
question?
Activity 7.5.
Oh, okay. You have this doubt in this question.
Yeah, man, second and third.
Second and third questions, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand like what the procedure A, this what does matrix A contain?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here matrix A contain like we will have, it
Sequence
is a
number.
matrix of like it has 30 rows and 30 columns, and we are telling like there will be edge from that edge
X2, 1.
between those columns and or rows if the value of this is greater than 5. You understood, right?
Yes, ma'am, I
If
understood
the
this.
difference if the
If
difference
X has 5 or more marks, then join.
Ma'am,
yeah,
keys are
if
the sequence number. Sorry to interrupt you.
yeah, keys are sequence numbers. Here
Yeah.
marks as keys as sequence numbers. So for
Hmm.
each x, for each x
For
in
each
keys,
key, it is storing a value of the marks,
yes, you are
like
correct.
say
For each
mathematics marks.
for okay,
Hmm.
initially it will be 0th row and 0th column, and
Yeah.
in the other execution it will be 0th row and first. So it will be from 0 to 29, and for there will be 29 30 rows and 30
30
columns.
rows
They
and
will
30 columns,
columns
0 to 29.
0 0 will refer to first element, and 0 1 0 2 so on till 0 29, and 29 to 0 also we will have that matrix. Yeah, you're correct. Now the second question is like use the matrix A computed in the question number 1. Given a student I, what does the written value of the procedure A comma I represent? You wanted to know, you are given with the student I, you wanted to know what will be this procedure will execute return. So procedure this, it is taking this matrix and that student I as this parameters, and we are initializing count to 0, and for each C in the columns of A, okay, we are iterating through only through the columns. Columns means
Only
you
columns.
only columns. If A of I of C equal to 1, then we are telling count equal to count plus 1. We are iterating only through the columns, and we are checking only the ith row and every column. Like let's say if I value is 5, students we are indexed by using 5 like numbers only, right? 0 to 29.
Sequence
So
number.
if I value is 5, and if C value will be changing from 0 to 29, they will iterate from 0th column to 29th column, iteration will happen.
For each
So 5
C, it is saying.
yeah, it will check
Yeah.
5 comma 0, 5 comma 1, 5 comma 2, 5 comma 3, so on till 5 comma 29. If any element there is 1, then we are incrementing count equal to count plus 1.
Yeah.
So when see in the matrix A, we will get 1 only when if I has scored 5 marks more than, like more than 5 marks, right? I has scored at least not at least and equal to 5 marks, like he should score 5 marks more than at least 5 marks you should score more than that J, that this C. Then only the count will be incremented.
So I should
Should
have
At
it
5
not
least.
be
marks more
greater
than
than
C.
5?
See, it's greater. It is greater than 5. That means it should be greater than or equal to 6. That means it refers to at least 6.
At
Yes,
least,
ma'am. At
no,
least.
if it is greater than 5, it should be at least 6.
Yeah,
At least
it
6
should be
marks
at least
less.
6 marks less.
Hmm.
See, here I should score more marks than C. Then only we can draw edge from I to C. So the answer is in other way. The number of students who have scored at least 6 marks less than student I in mathematics. Less than
It is
I.
storing
I
the
should
columns.
score.
So it is storing the columns means the students who have scored less than I and at least 6 marks less than I.
Yeah.
For each column. Yeah.
Yeah, similarly, that third question also, you try once this third question. It's also very
Third
easy kind of
one.
thing. You try when this procedure will return true.
Ma'am, in this, it's saying that procedure same matrix and the student I. It is for each j in the rows of A and for each k in the columns. If aij equal to 1, means student I should have more marks than student j, at least 6 marks more.
Yes.
And next in this, it is saying that j yani means each row. For the jth row, j should have more marks than k in at least 6 marks more.
Yeah. See, I should have at least 6 marks more than J, and J should have at least 6 marks more than K.
More than k.
That means I will have totally at least 12 marks greater than K.
K.
Yeah.
J.
I will have at least 6 marks greater than J, and I will have at least 12 marks greater than K.
Ma'am, I have one more doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is clique?
What is
Clique? I mean,
clique? So
Cliques, ma'am.
clique. Every node should be connected to every other node. That is called clique. So like if you have 3 nodes, 1, 2, 3, that from 1 to 2 you should have one edge. From 1 to 3 you should have other edge also. From 2 to 3 also you should have other edge. Like everything should be connected to every other thing. See, simple. Let's draw
Cliques are
this.
similar students, no?
Yes, cliques are similar students. See, draw that 5 circles and connect every circle with every other circle. Then you will get clique. If you have 3 students, then you draw 3 circles and you connect every circle with every other circle. Then you will get clique.
Means how many nodes we draw?
How many?
Sorry. Means we suppose there are 5 nodes. If we have to connect each of them to every other, then we should means like 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and then 5 to 1.
Now you have five nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For the first node 1, you should connect to all the other nodes. Like you should draw 4 lines, right?
Yeah.
For the next, you should draw how many lines? 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and 1 to 5. 4 only, right? 5 lines. Yeah. 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. You should draw only 4 lines, right? So and
Only
if
4
you
lines.
yeah, for to connect 1 to 5 you should draw, you have this 5 nodes, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you want to connect 1 to every other node, you should draw 4 lines. Similarly, if you want to connect 2 to all other nodes, you should draw only 3 lines, because 1 and 2 are already connected, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Similarly, 3, if you take third node, you should draw how many lines? Only 2 lines.
4 and 5.
4 and 5, only 2 lines you should draw. For fourth node you should draw only one line to connect to every other node, because all are with all other it is connected. So if you have like 5 elements, your number of lines will be 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. That is like sum of the n minus 1 elements. You have 5 nodes, but you are starting from, your count will be 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Sum of n minus 1 sum of n elements is n into n plus 1 by 2, but we have n minus 1 lines only, right? We are starting from n minus 1, so it will be n minus 1 into n by 2. You understood that or not?
Yeah. N into
There
N
is
minus 1 by 2.
By 2, yes.
but if there are only two nodes.
If there are only 2 nodes, then how many lines you want? You want only one line to connect both those nodes, right? Hello.
Yeah, that's right.
Previously, like some a few people are asking regarding some doubt in practice assignment or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your doubt?
Activity question 7.7, question 4. No.
IIT 7.7 question 4. Okay.
This one.
Now you have en routes from Chennai to Delhi. A person wants to grow from Chennai to Delhi and return back. So like there are n routes from Chennai to Delhi. You can go on n routes, like you can choose first route or second route or third route or fourth route or so on. You have n possibilities, and for returning also you have n possibilities. You can choose either first or second or third or fourth or something, so on. And so for going from Chennai to Delhi you have n possibilities, and for returning back from Delhi to
Returning
Chennai
back.
also you have n routes. So total you will have n square. N square.
Okay, ma'am. Means suppose there are 4 routes which connect Chennai to Delhi directly or indirectly. Means there should be a direct route, no?
They I don't
Means
know.
if no, I'm saying that if there are 4 routes,
Yeah, 4 we are telling as like it it doesn't matter. You need to go from Chennai to Delhi. You have n routes, like each Chennai to Delhi is like, so here n refers to n possibilities to reach from Chennai to Delhi only. Like you can, so you have, it must be like you have n trains to grow from Chennai to Delhi. It doesn't mean like you need to stop somewhere and you need to take other train, but it's like we are telling here, we are generally telling like you have n direct trains to go from Chennai to Delhi. So yeah, you can take any train, any one of the n train. You have n, you can choose from n trains, right? N possibilities you can go by.
and while returning also we
Also
have
you
this
can come by
same
n ways.
routes.
Yeah.
So total we have n square.
Yes.
Okay.
This graphs and graph is will become very simple, like if you are, if you are good.
Graph. Actually, matrix is complex.
Yeah, this is matrix only, right? You, if you know the dictionaries and the iterations, nested iterations properly, nested dictionaries properly, then you can do this thing easily. But the thing is only this terminology. like this terminology is new, like it's not like alphabets now, it's a big sentence, right? So like because of that only you are finding difficulty, but they are only simple.
Hmm.
This everything is based on simple concepts, dictionary, and this iterations only.
Hmm.
So you can learn, like give time and practice more so that you will,
Hmm.
yeah, watch many times lectures. Like no,
Hmm.
like if you are watching this, if you are coming to know this content for the first time, then you should watch at least 2 or 3 times to understand the content properly. Just by watching once you will understand something, but you won't
Hmm.
understand everything completely. So you should
Okay.
watch repeatedly to know, to understand everything. Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, we need time, ma'am, because the assignments are back to back, and
Hmm.
the qualifier exam
There's
is
no
also
time.
fast approaching. It is
Yeah,
actually
Hmm.
and also quiz 2 and 3, like they are planning, admins are planning like week 4 to 9 they are thinking to keep as quiz 2. So on July 11th or something they are planning, we don't know exactly, but this also we don't know exactly. But if like they are planning to conduct this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 9-week contents in one quiz, and they're thinking to make it on July 11th. Don't know exactly, but this might be the case. I'm telling so that you will be prepared. But this may
In
happen.
fact,
No, but
mapping all
there
these
will
things
be.
really causes more stress. You are not able to really put up the
we are not
mind.
able to understand because we are studying in such a hurry. This,
Hmm.
as you said, ma'am, you have to listen to the videos lot of times.
Hmm.
For each subject, it is becoming only tougher each week.
Of course, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what we have also talked to our admins. Then they are
And
telling like if you want to cope up with this IIT, then you should do that. They are telling
no,
like we
ma'am, but
also.
initially they told us it will only be 4 hours or 6 hours per day of work for IIT, and that's what we are doing. But and because many of us are working professionals, it's very
Hmm.
difficult to cope with
4 or 6 hours per week per subject. Huh? You cannot
Hmm.
take
it.
4 or 6 hours for all the subjects.
No, no, not
It's,
for all.
yeah,
A subject itself, it takes a lot of time to listen to the
yeah, that's.
and assimilate to what the concept
Hmm.
is. It is becoming only tougher, and we can't just run through it.
I think we should get an opportunity to face the admin and explain the things. If things are not going, not received by them in the right perspective,
See, the
they should
thing
face the
is like
students.
what you can do is you keep many mails to them, like everyone should mail, like we want some time, we can't, we have talked to
Yeah,
admins
yeah.
like this.
Yeah,
Then they
okay,
told
okay.
like they are telling like you can, like if they want to cope up to IIT this thing, they should do that. But if you write this continuously mails to them, like everyone, like
Yeah.
whoever wants that, then they will consider, they might consider like, yeah,
Actually, one of the students had
Hmm.
sent a mail, a very good mail, but they had said, no, you're already prepared for qualifier. It is just one revision would do, a short revision would do. I think, as
No,
you say,
no.
ma'am, all of us have to send a mail, then they will understand our
Hmm.
difficulty.
yes. See, if one will tell, then they will think that problem is only for him.
Yes, it's
But
only for that person. It
yeah,
is not
Hmm.
collectively taken. Yes, we will do it, ma'am. We will
But
write.
that's a wrong way of taking it up. What is week 5 to 8 is quite different from week 1 to 4. Just
Difficult.
because somebody is mastering week 5 to 8, it doesn't mean that they are very good at 1 to 4. Entirely different contents, no?
see, this is not sure, like you haven't got any announcement or something like that, right? This is what they are planning, like they told, but this we don't know like how much, for how many,
No, ma'am.
like
Actually, they
100% we
said
don't,
that.
we are not sure. Like if they give some announcement to you like this week 5 to 8, week 5 to 9 you should do together in one quiz, then at that time you can write them
Week
like
5
it's
to
not.
9?
Yeah, that is 2 quizzes,
Ma'am,
right?
but this is only
Oh,
assumption. But
This is for
suppose
for the qualifier or for the term people.
For
Are
the
you
qualifier
term
means
saying
people.
that
for
these
us.
quizzes will be conducted on the day of qualifier itself? After the qualifier exam, the week 5
Yeah.
to 9 content will be
Yes.
taken.
Yeah, they are planning, but we don't know anything exactly. But once if you got some announcement, something like that, then you can write them. Now you haven't got any official announcements, right? So you don't put any mail,
No, no.
something like whatever announcements you got. If you
But
have
only
some
3 weeks
problem,
for ma'am for qualifier. If it is July
for,
11,
for
hard.
qualifier it will be 4 week, week 1, 2, 3, 4. For quizzes,
1, 2,
3
3.
weeks.
But
Yeah.
the time will they
And
give for preparation, because they have only told tentatively. They have not fixed the timing.
mm,
So when will they announce it? Because
The qualifier is fixed for 11th of July, but
It's
the
No,
fixed.
quizzes are not
no,
yet.
not fixed. It is
not
just
fixed yet.
indicated
Anything is
tentatively.
not fixed. See,
it is
if
only
you got
tentative.
some announcement or some mail regarding this, then you can think it is fixed. If we tell, we were just intimating you, like it may happen, it may not happen for sure, it may happen, but so that you might be prepared, I'm telling. But
What is the objective of making such a vague statement?
what?
Later on to tell now, hey, I told you earlier you should have prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the reason you want to really sound out that?
No, it's not like that.
Mm.
See,
I read that way.
even I'm not sure, like it's what they told us today, but even we are not sure whether this will happen or not, because we don't know like whether situations will become normal or not. They're also telling the same
Still the
thing.
lockdown is not lifted completely for many states.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what they are telling. It may happen. They also told like it may happen. if if everything is was normal, they will become normal, then they will announce you and they will give this announcement. They will write mails to you and all, but nothing is fixed, so they you haven't received any mails. Okay.
If suppose,
Okay,
madam,
let's
we
move on
receive
to the
the,
subject. That would be the better thing. This is a never-ending.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
The thing is that secret is completely new for us.
Yeah.
We need some more time to
Then this
prepare our.
content is very tough and new for us.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
know, like
why
we are
we
handling the
are not.
Before it
sessions
was
and we
quite
are
easy.
talking with you. We know, I know, like you, it's very tough for you people, because week 1 to 4 is very light, and after
We are
later
not
weeks
Before
will
from
it
be
was
very
quite
programming
easy,
tough.
background
but
or any. We are
Yeah,
not.
we'll go to the anyhow. I am like, please be prepared, like give more time, and that's what I can tell. Nothing more than that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in activity 7.3, question number 5, ma'am.
7.3, question number 5. This is the question, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, ma'am, that question. In that
Consider
question,
the yeah.
if I use the formula given in the third question, n into n minus 1 by 2 to the first option,
Okay.
the answer coming is 6. But there is only 3 edges, no, ma'am.
See, this is not a click, right? We have
No, the correct option. They
No,
have
no.
given L is equal to 1, 2, 3 as a click. Given list of represent a click.
see, we have this 1, 2, 3 as click and 1, 3, 4, 5 as click,
Mm.
but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are not click, right? If you take only 3 elements,
Yeah,
1, 2,
I'm
3 is
talking
a
about
click.
only those 3 elements, ma'am.
Okay, you are talking only about that 3 elements. Then you
Yes,
should
ma'am.
exclude 4, 5. Then
Mm.
you should assume that there are no connections. 3 to 4, there is nothing. 3 to 5 also there won't be anything. 1 to 4 also there won't be anything. 1 to 5. So we will have only these 3 lines then.
Yes, ma'am. In the no, but when we use the formula given in the third question, n into n
Then
minus 1 by 2.
n into n minus 1 by 2, that is 3 into 3 minus 1 by 2.
Mm.
That will be, we will have 3 lines. So we have only 3 lines here, right? If we
Okay,
consider 1, 2,
yes, ma'am.
3.
Yes, ma'am. Mm. Okay. I did mistake. Thank you, thank you.
And this list is a L is a list of clicks which are connected to each other. The nodes are connected to each other. Suppose 1, 2, 3. So one connected to 2 and 2 connected to 3 and 3 connected to 1 now. Like that. No?
Yes, every element here, if you take only 1, 2, 3, here see, all are connected with 1 and 2 are connected, 1 and 3 are connected. And see, 2 and 1 are connected, 2 and 3 are connected. And 3 and 1 are connected, 3 and 2 are connected. So every element is connected with every other elements. That's why we're calling it as click. If you consider 1, 3, 4, 5 also, you will see like every from each circle, like from this circle, you can see like we are connecting this circle to every other circle here, and this circle also here we are connecting to all the other circles. The similarly 5 also we are connecting to all the other circles. 4 also, 1 3 4 5 are cliques, and 1 2 3 are click here. Just imagine you have circles, you need to connect each circle with every other circle. If that is possible there, then you, if that is there, then that is a click there.
Yeah, madam, I have a doubt. Last time I asked, no, in the first question, like suppose if I take I and J,
First question.
I mean in graded assignment, I'm just it is mentioned in the graded assignment, question number 1. So in the I and J rows and columns, they are passing two things like A is a sequence number. In that, they are passing two values: the city, town, and your gender. So, how the values are been taken in the matrix?
See, to explain this, then I should explain the question, right? You should do this yourself.
I not just I want to understand this.
See, if you have some doubt in this terminology of the question, then I will help. But you are asking directly in the pseudocode, right? So this is, it's not like, this is not encouraged, okay? Like asking pseudocodes in the doubt. If you have some sentence clarification in this question itself, we can answer. But you are asking the pseudocode. It's not like.
I'm just asking that this x dot city, town, and x dot gender, is it how it is passed to A of I?
See, x dot cities town, what it will give?
It will give
value for
town
the
name. Town name.
Yeah, x dot gender also it will give some town name. So we are. See, I am not
Sequence
supposed
number is a
to.
key
I'm not.
and city, town, gender are the values.
I'm not. See, this is not encouraged here, but you can discuss with your friends. Okay, there are many people here, like who knows these concepts of this. Okay, but I am not supposed to tell that. Okay. You can ask me after submission of that graded assignment.
After submission and solution will also come.
Yeah, why people are not asking this doubts regarding this week 7, I don't know. Like whether people have gone through the content or not, I'm not sure.
Madam, this how the means values are passed in this matrix. Say we are taking 3 into 3 matrix. How the values are getting passed? I mean, this.
See, you all know, right? Matrix is a next dictionary. It has keys and values. So if you want pass in the matrix, the elements are the elements of the next dictionary. Like you should give values to the next dictionary keys.
Okay.
That's how you will pass. You will make a matrix.
Ma'am, in the matrix, rows are outer dictionary and key columns are inner dictionary. Like it's a nested of dictionary, as you explained earlier.
Yeah, rows are outer dictionary, columns are inner dictionary. But the elements are, we are giving elements to the inner dictionary. Values of the keys of inner dictionary will be the elements of the matrix, right?
Means suppose if I am talking about first row and first column, so in that what value will be stored in that box? Means if I create a matrix of
if you create a matrix, every value of that matrix will be 0 because you initialize that create matrix. We are in create matrix, we are making every element value as 0, right?
Hmm.
But the thing you can modify here is you can access matrix of ij and you can tell, you can change that values. So you should remember, like while changing the values, if we change the values of inner dictionary, then you can change the values of that matrix.
Okay.
Yeah. Outer dictionary and
Yeah.
inner dictionary is just for our accessing. But
But
if
they
you
are
need
linked,
to
no?
change the values, then you should change the values of that that inner
Column.
dictionary elements.
It is
Okay,
column.
inner
Yeah.
dictionary keys.
Please.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ma'am, what is a directed and undirected graph?
Directed is like we will have some edge and we will have some arrow. Like you will say 0 to 1 if we have edge, and if we have some 1 from 0 to 1, then it is if we have arrows saying that 0 is connected to 1, from 0 we are drawing one edge, that is directed. If we have that edges but without arrows, that is undirected graph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Means we are connecting 0 to
Cliques
1
are
via.
undirected graphs. See, previously we have seen many diagrams, but we haven't seen arrows, right?
Okay.
Cliques, yeah, cliques are undirected, but if generally you will say, you will draw directed graphs, right? You will say 0 and 1 are connected. In the lectures, they have drawn arrows from 0 to 1. They have shown using arrows, right? In the many of the lectures. Those are directed graphs. If we have drawn them without any arrows, then they are undirected graphs.
Yeah. So if we just connect a line, means we are not giving any arrow. We just connect a line from 0 to 1. That is an edge and that is a directed graph.
If we give arrow, that is directed. If we are not giving arrow, then that is undirected graph.
Means we are just connecting 0 to 1 by a straight line.
Yeah.
That is a
Undirected.
undirected. And if we give arrows, like any in degree or out degree, like we
Yeah.
do that. So that is a
Directed graph.
directed graph. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Madam, can you explain the practice? Sorry,
Practice assignment.
just hold on, madam. 7.5, question number 2 and 3.
Hey, this thing we have discussed earlier also, right? Question number 2 and 3. In this live session only, we have talked about this 2 and 3. Third question, activity 7.5, question number 2 and 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you have discussed, but can you just explain it in notepad, because how the things are getting fast.
See, till where you have understood, like I should know, like right, like what is your doubt? So have you understood like how matrix A is constructed?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if suppose in the first pseudocode, in the question number 1, this math of math marks of student 1 minus math marks of student 2 should be greater than 5, then it will be a there will be a directed graph from student X to student Y.
Yes, you are correct.
Okay. So in the second thing, in the question number 2, if A of I of C is double equal to 1, so what is C representing here?
C is columns, right? So you are telling I is a student.
Yeah.
Let's say I as we are like every student is referred as with this in sequence number only, right? Either 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's say I
Yeah.
value as 5 and A is our entire matrix. We are making this count as 0, initializing count as 0, and for each C in columns of A. So what will be the columns of A? They will be from 0 to 29, right?
Yes.
Because we have 30 cards. So
Yes.
for in the first iteration C will be 0, in the second iteration C will be 1, in the third iteration C will be 3, and the 29th iteration, so on till 29th iteration C will be 29. So every time you are checking that student with every other
Other other
student.
other 29 students.
Yes. So
Okay.
you are checking fifth student, let's say fifth student with every other student,
Mhm.
and you are making A of this A of I and C equal to 1. When it will happen? Only if I has scored at least 6 marks more than C. Right?
Greater than 5 is 6. Okay.
Greater than 5. That means at least 6
6,
marks.
6. Yes.
So if this fifth student has scored at least some 6 marks greater than any of the others, any students, like 0 to 29 we will compare, no? If he has scored at least 6 marks more than them, then the count will be incremented. That's why it
Yeah.
refers to a number of students who have scored at least 6 marks less than I in mathematics. I should get more marks and C should get less marks. She should get 6 marks less than.
Yeah, yeah, I should get more marks, 6 more marks than other 29 students with
Yes.
whom it is getting compared.
See, if one student was there, count will become 1. If two such students are there, count will become 2. So it counts number of students who have scored at least 6 marks less than the student I in mathematics. You understood that question,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now you do third question yourself. If you have, you try
If
doing now.
yeah, I of j double equal to 1 means say for example a fifth student with the other 29 students, so it will be 6, and I mean minimum marks will be 6, and this one also, since a of j is let's say sixth student with other 29 students, so it will also be 6. So since AND operation is there, so both will get added, so it will be 12.
Yeah.
Is it
Yes.
what I'm means understood? Is
See,
it correct?
I should get more than J. I should get at least 6 marks more than J, and J should get at least 6 marks more than K. So
Okay.
in total, I should get 12 marks, at least 12 marks more than K.
Madam, these things are very, I mean, these things are understood, but when we are, I mean, for one student, single student, let's say fifth student, when we are passing two things of that student, no, that is getting confused. I mean, how it is getting developed into a matrix. That thing is, I'm not getting clear about that thing.
Okay, we'll take some practice assignment. If there are any two things, then I will explain that thing there. No, everywhere they are taking your single
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, this thing I told in the opening session, like such things were not explained in the practice assignments or in the activity. So that is getting confused. Means how the single I, means I equal to say 0 for that sequence number, how the two things are getting accessed or replicated in the matrix form. That is, I am not able to understand the thing.
Yeah, I can tell, but the thing is, like, you have that graded assignment submission deadline.
That
Yeah,
is the
yeah, the
issue.
thing is, like, I am not supposed to tell that because you have not submitted the graded assignment. Deadline is not finished. So yeah, after that we can discuss definitely. But you try, like, you try and check like what may be the possibilities, and you like they here the assumption is like if you have done this, then you should be able to do that in that thing, in the grid assignment. So it was given like that, but you just try, give it a try, and if not we will explain like yeah.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, ma'am. My question is again in activity 7.5, question number 3. Here, how can we know from the question about which student we are talking about? Like we are talking about J or K marks.
You're asking third student. Okay.
Yeah.
It's true if there is a student. See, the true will be returned only if both the conditions are satisfied. So if there is a student who have scored at least, so there must be a student who, see, it should the this both the conditions should be satisfied, right? If only if they have found one student with 6 marks less than I, then this, then the second condition won't be satisfied, then it won't return true. Both the conditions should be satisfied. That means there must be a student who must have scored at least 12 marks less than I, then only that condition will be satisfied. And they must, like if we have scored less than 12 marks than I, then only the condition will be satisfied. And this condition also he should satisfy, like J, like he should have scored at least 6 marks less than J also, that condition. But here nowhere J variable is mentioned, so you should go for this I variable and you should check like when it will return true. It will return true only if a student has scored less than 12 marks, right? What is your doubt specifically, like why 12, why
Yeah,
not 6 or something like?
my question is like when if we are talking about J, then it must be at least 6. If we are talking about 12, means if we are talking about K, then it should be matlab, at least lesser than 12.
In general, I'm talking in general. Now you have a student whose marks are like 7 marks less than I, but we won't get true, right? The function won't, that procedure won't return true, because see the second condition won't be satisfied, because J and K, the difference between J and K will will be 1 only if I has scored, if the student has scored at least 12 marks less than the I, right? See, take examples and you check like when this procedure will return true only if the both conditions are satisfied. If a student who has scored 8 marks less than I, then also this procedure won't return true. 9 also, if the student who has scored 9 marks less than I, then this both the conditions won't be satisfied, then the procedure won't return true. The procedure will return true only if
So
the
I
student.
should go with extreme case like mm, if
What?
it is 12, then J. Like I'm saying that if I said that it should be at least lesser than 12, then we are talking about K.
eh, like you think generally, I'm not taking about that this question will be applicable, like they're not talking about J or K. They're telling like we will definitely return true, the procedure will return true if and only if I has scored at least 12 marks less than if a student has scored at least 12 marks less than I, then only it will return true. In any other case it won't return true. See, it's not like that K or J, it's like when this procedure will return true. See, it will return true if only if the both conditions are satisfied. If one condition is satisfied, like let's say if I of if A of ij equal to 1, that means a student who have scored at least 6 marks more than I. If we take only one condition, then we can say like if the student has scored at least 6 marks more than I, then the procedure will return true. But here we are including and we are giving the condition. So both conditions must be satisfied. If the both conditions are satisfied, then this will happen, right? Then true will return, then it will return true. It will happen only if the students who have scored 12 marks. You think yourself like what is your doubt specifically, like?
My doubt was specific, like when we have two measures, like we are inserting another student card to check for it, then we should either
Okay,
talk about
you are inserting other student card, and you
no,
want to check whether it will return true or false.
no, we are checking for two conditions. So uh, it, first we should talk, like we are checking that for it should be at least six lesser than from one student for getting a IJS true. Then
Yes.
AJK at the same time J should be that I like no, okay. Then
See, I and a of ij equal to 1 will happen only if I has scored
I
at least 6 marks
yeah,
more than j, and j
yeah,
and a j of k equal to 1 will happen only if j has scored at least 6 marks more than k.
mhm.
So it means like I has scored 6 marks more than j, and j has scored 6 marks more than k, at least 6 marks
So
more. So
we
in
are
total,
in a same condition we are talking about two students. Uh, first relationship with I and second relationship with J. So how can we decide by single student, like what should be a given a student's marks? It should be decided by two students, I think.
yeah, it should satisfy the two conditions. You are correct. See, if the two conditions are satisfied, then this will happen automatically, right? So, okay, give an example like you take marks
Yeah.
90 and
I,
80
I
something.
uh, if we in the same question, if I am saying that if AND operator and AJK is equal to 1 is not given, then I can say that what should be the marks of one student. But here in first AIJ condition I have one student, and AJK I have another student. So we have two student marks.
It's
So
not like two
and
students, it's a single student should satisfy both the condition. Okay, you are telling a of ij is another student, and a I
yeah,
is one
I am
student,
saying
j
that
is another student,
I
and
am
k is
saying J
another
is
student. You are
another J
imagining.
is one student and K is another student. Then how can how, which on which basis I can say it should be true, like on the basis of J or on the basis of K? If we are talking on the basis of K, then it should be at least 12, because if it is not 12, then J will have a wrong relationship. Then J will have a wrong relationship with I. I am. It
Yeah,
is.
I understood your doubt, but to be on the safe side, like if a student has scored less than 6, then he is satisfying only one condition. If a student has scored less than 12, less than 12 marks than I, then he is satisfying the both the conditions, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, we can surely say, like, either if it is j or either if it is k, we can definitely say that it will return true if the student has scored at least 12 marks less than I, right? See, if we consider
Oh,
J, then he should score at least 6 marks less than J. He can score at least 12 marks less than J also. But to satisfy both the condition, to satisfy both the conditions, he should satisfy that at least 12 marks criterion.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
You understood or not till now?
Yeah, yeah. I understood.
See,
Like
if we
in
consider,
if this type of question comes in exam, then I should
if
go
you
with
are
the
taking a
extreme
student,
case. Yeah.
yeah, you're
Hello.
talking something.
Yeah. No, I was saying that if this type of question again came, then I should go with the extreme case. Like here, K is the extreme. If it
You
follows
should take a
our
case such that even if it is J or even if it is K, the answer should be true. Like if it is J, then only at least 6 marks. If it is, if the student is K, then it won't satisfy, right? Both conditions won't satisfy. But if it is at least 12 marks, then both the J student and I student, K student will be satisfied. So you should take the general case like where both conditions will be satisfied. Like even you should not like restricted to, if it is only J, then at least 6 marks. If it is only K, then if it is K, then at least 12 marks. Then you should think like, if it is even if it is either J or either K, then the condition must be satisfied. Then it must be at least 12 Ks only, right? Even if it is J or K, then at least 12 should be the case, right?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
should generalize that. Like the
Okay.
condition, both conditions must be satisfied, then only this will become true. So it will happen only when at least 12 marks. So if we consider J as a student, then at least 6. But if we consider K as a student, then at least 12. But in general, if we take at least 12, then both J and K will be satisfied. If we take only 6, then only J only will be satisfied, right? I of J, then K won't be satisfied, no? Yeah, that's why B, this option B is more correct, like
More
correct one,
appropriate.
right?
Uh,
Yeah, more
okay.
appropriate than
Thanks.
this. Yeah. Yes, this like you have some doubts regarding this, anything you can ask on this week 7 content. I don't know on by taking dictionary session I have got many queries, but in this graphs we are getting less queries. Don't know what is the reason.
Maybe that we have not watched the video. Like I have
Yeah,
not
you
watched
should
all the
watch.
videos.
Like yeah, I also and like yeah, graph is tougher concept related to this dictionary, but more doubts yeah, we can relate like, yeah, most of the people found it difficult and unable to understand anything, or they haven't watched the lectures, or they have understood everything. The thing is like everything understanding at one attempt is very difficult for, like, either one or two students can attend, like few of the students, but most of them will be in that only two cases, right? So might be the same, might be those cases. Yeah, please give time. Like I know they are very difficult concepts for you now, as you are watching this for the first time, seeing for the first time. Give
Tomorrow also we
time.
have a class 5,
I
right?
I have a doubt in activity 7.6 in the sentence question.
Okay.
Uh,
7.6, which question?
in question 3, it how we initiated, like we go to first noun, like zeroth word, then connect it to the all the nouns, but why we connected it to the pronoun?
See, in the lectures also you remember like a noun can be referred by different pronouns.
Yeah.
So and we are and we can like in the professors, like professors has told like, if we can refer noun by different pronouns, then both are connected. Like many pronouns can refer same noun, right? We can tell if you're talking about some subject like any person, you can tell he, his, him. Yeah, all are referring to some particular noun only. But like different pronouns can refer a single noun, and single noun can connect to other nouns. That's what they have told in the lectures. Yeah, what's your doubt here in this question?
Yeah, my doubt is that if if you go down, yeah, in this graph, third option, yeah,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
no, yeah, huh.
Third option is
So
this one
no,
only, right?
fourth option, like which is correct. In
So
this, yeah,
yeah.
in this graph, we connected zero with every other noun or pronoun which is after a verb. So it's okay. Then why we connected 11, 12, 13, 14 to 6, not 4, 5?
Okay, you should like see in the, you understood like what the discussion they have done
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the lectures, like they have connected a noun. So
Noun or
11,
pronoun
12,
that
and
which is, in which a verb is in between.
yeah. So 4 and 5 they are not connected to 6, you are asking, right?
Yeah, no, no, I was asking that 6 is connected to 11, 12, 14, but why 4 and 5 are not connected?
6, you are asking regarding 6, huh?
Yeah, which?
Which is a pronoun and it's
Mhm.
not connected to 4 and 5.
No, no, no. I am asking that 4 and 5 are noun Indian dish, and why they are not connected to 11 and 12 and 14. In after 4 and 5, 11, 12, 14 are come, so it should be connected.
See, they have connected that nouns to other nouns directly if there is verb in between,
Mm.
correct?
Yeah. Then after this there is a verb is
Is a
after.
prepared, is a preposition, like there are many other things in between, right? There are pronouns, verbs. See, now you take the example of 11, 12, and 14 are connected to 0 and 6. 11,
Mm,
12, 14 are connected to 0 and
six.
milk, sugar, and rice. All are nouns. And
Mm.
4 and 5, 0 and 6, right? 0 and 6.
In this question, my approach was like that. I started with zero,
Okay.
then I saw a verb is
Okay.
in the front. Then I go to every other noun and connected it because after a verb, if a noun is come in a same sentence, then instructor connected them. Then I go for another noun like sweet. Then I see sweet and Indian are, oh sorry. Then
Indian.
I got Indian. Then Indian and dish are not connected by verb, so I don't connect it. But according to me, Indian and dish are should be connected to 11th, which is milk, 12th, which is sugar, and 14th is rice.
Okay. Sure. What's your name? Like,
Utkarsh.
huh?
Utkarsh.
Utkarsh. Okay. The thing is like you just what? right? You are using discussion forum or discourse or anything, whatever, you drop a mail or you just attend the next live session. Definitely I will confirm with the other team members and I will answer this. Okay.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Thank
ma'am, can you take my question here? I have the same question here in the same one only. Yes, as you have pointed right. So why the 4 and 5 not connected to 6, ma'am? Actually, that's my question. Actually,
I'm telling you, right? Actually, I also will confirm with the team members. I also found like this should be connected now. Then I also will confirm like the people who have framed this.
this kind
Okay.
of confusion actually, completely destroy the knowledge what we, get from the entire
Lectures.
lecture. So we don't get confidence actually. Okay, what we have learned properly. Then again, we again go through the same subject, same lecture. Then again, like we can't build up actually the proper confidence. Okay, I personally felt actually little complexity in this graph thing, man.
Yeah, definitely. I also like have I watched the lecture, but I forgot like what they have told exactly. Like many days back, I have watched, but still, like you can answer, you can drop in the discussion forum, or definitely, like in the next live session, this question will be answered. Okay.
One more thing, like okay, in the various metrics programs, okay. So when you take the first student marks or any other marks, okay, then we iterate through the okay, we try to find okay anyone who is having less marks, maybe within the 10 marks or 5 marks range. Okay, so in the lecture, sir has mentioned, okay, we take I is nothing but any random mark, okay. Then we try to find other mark in a different loop, right? In the J loop, where you write now, where J
Okay.
for J loop, okay, second iteration, I mean. So in that thing, when we are setting one, we find particular any corresponding relation, okay, I and J, okay, fine. There we are using, like first we use J, then we keep I, then equal to 1. You got my point, okay?
Yeah.
In the matrix, okay? So matrix is a M, okay? We
Okay.
took
I
the
understood.
I. Yeah, we took the I. Let me iterate one more time, okay? We have I is having 80 marks, okay? When you using the J loop, okay, you're trying to find the person who is having the less marks than I, okay? You found the J equal to 70%, okay, which is having 70 marks. Then in the matrix, okay, matrix, suppose is a matrix is a M, okay, there you use M, J is a rank of the person, then I, okay, I is nothing but a like topper, which is a parent loop parameter, equal to 1. So I want to know the sequence sir has mentioned. I didn't understand quite well why you use J there first, I mean.
Yeah. Can you tell the which lectures where the professors
Ma'am,
have
actually,
used?
this approach is being used multiple times. Okay, if you use the sir's lecture, okay, seven. Go up, ma'am. Just scroll up. Okay. In fact, you can use 7.3. The concept of use popular student and using graph. No, not assignment, ma'am. It's a video. It's a video. It's a video. So there they first use J. Okay, the student identification. Then I. If you see, not like that, where sir has given their own, right, Mr. Mukund sir, they have their own video. Mukund sir alone actually giving video. I want to understand what exactly the point of keeping J first, okay, then I.
No, generally you should write A of I J. Like if you are checking condition between I and J. See, the thing is like if you are checking, if you are comparing ith student and jth student, the condition is like I should score at least 6 marks. I must score greater than J.
Exactly.
If the condition is like that, then you should write a of I must be greater than a of j, right?
Yes.
Then only that will satisfy. Yeah. If not, you can write a of j must be less than a
No,
of.
this is in this case actually we are considering where AI is greater than AJ, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but in the questions, like in all the questions we have used correcting, but can you specify the timestamp or something where they have written like that? See, you can write in the discourse also if you have, like if you have found this while they are doing in that in the lecture, you can write why they have used, or you should, like now I should go through this lecture, right, and tell, like now I can't tell where they have used this specifically. Yeah, I have gone through the lecture, but I haven't found like anything such like that.
If you have, because I think you already gone through the like these concepts, so I just put you this concept of why, what is the significance of keep putting J first,
No,
then
there
I.
is nothing like that. See, if we want to see, in all our questions also we are telling, we are drawing edge from I to j. If I as code greater than j, then we are telling a of ij equal to 1. See, that's what we have given. We haven't given like a of ji equal to 1 there also in our questions
Ma'am,
also.
it is given, ma'am. A of Ji equal to 1. That's what my confusion is, ma'am, actually. Yes, sir has given some explanation, but I can't understand that explain because he
Please,
said
please,
like,
could you mention your timestamp so that
yeah,
we also will look those?
yes, ma'am. I will say this thing because
Okay, you can write in the discussion forum or discuss something, or you can, yeah, you should,
ma'am,
or you
something
can,
I understand, ma'am. Something I may be missing, but I'm not able to understand actually the logic behind.
yeah, that might be the thing. But they have like this
can
videos will
discuss
go
the
out
forum.
after like many recheckings, right? After rechecking many several times, so concepts won't be incorrect. So you can definitely follow that those concepts.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
one more question I have in the 7.7 activity question 4. I'm sorry, ma'am. I just joined very late. I was not aware of the session, so I'm not sure. Like, if you might have taken this question earlier.
Activity 7.7.
Question number 4.
Yeah, I have taken this question.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Okay. I'll
Okay,
go
what is your
through.
doubt? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
simple only.
n square actually. That thing I'm not able
What
to
do you
understand.
think the answer will be?
Okay, when you're going for one way, I'm thinking about two one actually. I'm not. My answer is not here. Okay, there is an n way.
See,
Return way should
you
be
can,
same.
the thing is like you can go from Chennai to Delhi in by using n routes. So that, see, if you want to go from Chennai to Delhi, you can take any one of the routes, like any, like there are n ways by using the n. There are n possibilities for you to take to go from Chennai to Delhi. While returning back also, if there are n routes from going to Chennai to Delhi, there while returning back also you have n possibilities to come from Chennai to Delhi. So, like how many, like the thing is like how many different routes one can choose to go from and to get to come from to get back from Chennai to Delhi. And the thing is like while going you have n routes, while coming also you have n routes. So like you can take any of the routes, any one of the routes, like you.
If you say if you by going, I have four routes. Okay, n equal to 4. While coming also, I have four routes.
Yeah,
Okay, so
you
total will
can
be
go by using 4 routes, and you can come by using how many routes? 4 routes. See, 4 routes, right?
yes, ma'am.
So in total, how many routes you can
8 routes,
choose?
ma'am. 8 routes, ma'am.
And while coming
What, what
also,
what I'm mean to say, we cannot define a formula actually. for this thing. But if you just think practically, I have 4 routes, 4 trains to go there. But coming also, I have 4 trains only. So it can never satisfy n square formula, ma'am. That's what actually theoretically, practically, I got confused with this question, ma'am.
See, the thing is like you can go from Chennai to Delhi by using n ways, and you can come from Delhi to Chennai by n ways. So in total, like n into n ways you have, that is like you can take that many ways. In this question they are telling how many different routes, like how many ways you can do that. It's
Yes,
like,
ma'am. I
yeah,
understand this is as a combination they are asking.
yeah,
But it's okay. I'll take it that way. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, thanks all for this session. Oh, yeah,
One thing, ma'am, one request, ma'am. Why we were not notified earlier? Actually, I checked the calendar morning actually. So there was no meeting like session arranged. Actually. Suddenly, this session arranged. I was not sure. Somebody actually informed me, and then I had to join the session. I missed completely actually. I had a lot of questions actually before coming to session. If I would have known this thing, but I can't ask now actually. We have other session also on. I was worried like I check in the weekend as well. There was no meeting arranged. All of a sudden same thing because I every day I check in the morning only.
okay.
Okay.
Definitely I will I will talk to the operational team, like have you informed to them or have you missed some few people regarding that, and I will tell them to inform everyone. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I really request because and also one more thing, ma'am. The session what is happening right now, okay, within it is happening after the week 8 has been started, ma'am. Don't you think like it should have been happened little early? Maybe during the weekend also it should have happened. So
So that yeah, we can know some few people have taken this quizzes, so that's why this Saturday and Sunday sessions are postponed to this
ma'am, best
choose.
people don't have quizzes, right?
Yeah, some people don't have quizzes, but they should consider the others who are also taking the quizzes, so they have postponed this session to Mondays and Friday. Actually usually the sessions will happen on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, but because of that quiz on previous Saturday, on that Saturday and Sunday, they have pushed the sessions to this
Yes,
Monday and
ma'am.
Tuesday.
But my simple one request, ma'am, my kind request, like if you guys arrange any session, right? At least you inform one day before because see, I had to reschedule my meetings actually. So because of this clash, I cannot. I can join any of them only, ma'am. I cannot go for all the sessions. So try to inform day before so I can manage accordingly because
Yeah,
I
definitely.
just missed actually this was very complex topic for me at least actually.
Yeah, for
So
everyone also,
I
like most
missed
of the
actually
people.
entire thing I have missed. I had so many plans to ask you actually, frankly speaking. So but I cannot ask now. So maybe in the next session I'm going to ask
Yeah,
a few
definitely.
more questions, ma'am. So please try to
Yeah, I will talk to
just
that.
inform.
Yeah, I will tell them to inform you operational people. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll end this session.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.